Okay, guys, predictions and outcomes for week 4, which is basically like week 1 because the jerseys are in, guys. We're going to get a lot of new players, a lot of new faces. And by the way, the pictures are uploaded for the players that have been playing for the first 3 weeks. So if you do not know somebody, we have the K1 on the K1, not the K1 Sports website, but the recleague.net site where we post all of the stats. You can see players' faces, so you can put the face to a name, so it's easier to follow. But the first game of the week will be the Sixers versus the Celtics. Sixers enter 1-2. Celtics enter 2-1. Coach Josh, I know you got the Celtics winning, but why are you guys going to win?
I think you're going to see big games by Christian and Tone this week, and I predict we're going to win by 30.
As you say. All right. There you go. Big games from Christian and Tone. Simple. Mr. Peoples, who you got and why?
I got the Celtics. No disrespect, I don't got them by 30. Who gonna? Honestly, Miles Bergens ain't gonna allow that to happen. I'm just saying, because I don't think no one, even Mr. Sims, can stop Mr. Bergens because of his body. He has a solid body that can take contact. He has the speed also. So my question is, who's going to guard him on the Celtics? But I still take the Celtics though.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm gonna be so honest. I think I got the Sixers winning in a nail biter. And it's not even.
Thanks. That's what my team needed. You know,
I think I got the Sixers winning in a nail biter. Like you said, Miles Bergens, he's such a rebounder. He's a rebounder, especially on his own misses. So when you got somebody like that, that's putting a lot of pressure, and I don't know if he's going to out rebound Andrade and Kavos. I'm not sure, but like you said, he has the body and the athleticism to be able to compete with any guard in the league. And I don't think, and as quick as I feel like I am sliding my feet, his strength alone is able to get people off balance. And along with his quickness and his explosion, I think he's going to draw a lot of problems. And Jordan Winfield has had 2 games where he stepped up and had 20 points. He had 19 one game, 20 this game. I don't think Trey Speed goes 1 for 12 again from 3. The fact that he was able to take 12 3-pointers shows the amount of confidence that was instilled in him by his teammates, like I expressed in the recap. I don't know how Jonathan Townsend is going to be. I just don't know if this Sixers team can make shots, because they're going to get open shots. If they make shots, this Celtics team is going to have a problem because they're not going to be able to double team Miles Bergen. So Sixers winning in the nail biter, but if those guys don't make shots, Celtics win easily. It's just hard to pick. But I will pick the Sixers to win in the nail biter, probably just to get the Celtics riled up, and because I do think that the Sixers is a better team than people give them credit for. I said it the other week when the Spurs beat them.
So, can I revisit my pick real quick?
Sure.
Because now that you talk about it, KT is coming next week.
KT Bobo is coming back.
And is Zach Estelle going to be there?
Huh?
And Zach Estelle, if he's there, he wasn't there last game.
Repeat what you said last podcast.
Oh, that ain't no concern for me. Zach Austin, who is that?
That's exactly what you said.
Who is that?
He's 6'8", big guy. He can
Josh, I know who Zach Austin is.
Oh, okay.
I'm
played
saying
for Trinity International, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool that he's gonna probably be there, but he ain't gonna be. Can he be a difference maker? I don't know, but
I think he's a good shooter.
Oh, cool.
Well, he can shoot better than probably some of the other guys that took a lot of those shots. I'm assuming.
Okay, but I'm still going with the Celtics though. We can move on. but I do think it's going to be close. I say Celtics by 6.5.
Okay. I don't think it'll be a blowout. That I will say. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I do think that the Sixers, after the win against the Grizzlies, even though we only had 5 players, they did play very well. And the coaching from Jonathan Townsend, especially when he stepped out on the floor for them and showed them what they needed to do, I think he gained more of their trust. So I think that they'll be more coachable this next game, especially against a good team. So that'll play a big part. Next game, 1 p.m. game, we have the Bulls Grizzlies. Mr. Peoples, who you got and why?
I got the Suns. No, I got the Grizzlies winning. I think they will bounce back to win their first game. Chris will be back, right?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he's here for the Bulls.
Which I get the other players, right?
Yes, we do get Jeremiah Mitchell and we do get Daryl Harris. No Walter
Yeah,
Hudson though, either. I'm not playing.
You said what?
I'm not gonna play. Bone bruise in my left foot. Just went to the urgent care. Got to go to another appointment on Friday, so I don't think I'm gonna be playing.
I'm gonna rock with the Bulls.
Okay. And is it for what reason? Is it the lack of players, or is it for the
Bulls? Because there's too many lost variables for the Grizzlies at the moment that I just don't know. But I know for the Bulls that majority of their players will be there. And I feel like that momentum is gonna help them overcome some obstacles on Sunday. But I am on the fence because I do think the Grizzlies can win, but I also think the Bulls can win. So I got to pick somebody. So I'm gonna just roll with the Bulls. So yeah.
All right, Coach Josh, who you got winning the
Yeah,
Bulls
I'm gonna have
Grizzlies?
to pick the Bulls myself. With you being out, if Chris isn't gonna be there, and with the Bulls having so much momentum right now, they know who they are and they're gonna be about getting it done. So I just don't see Memphis. They need to just use it as some type of opportunity to just figure out who their big three is gonna be. But yeah, I don't see how it's gonna be a close game.
Obviously, I'm gonna pick the Grizzlies. Can't pick any other team, but the reason I believe we're gonna win is because of our 2 new guys. Jeremiah Mitchell, about 6'1", maybe about 210, 215 pounds. Unit. He's a unit. Probably the best on-ball defender that I know personally. Can guard bigs all the way to guard, switch on anything in a pick and roll. Gets out in a fast break. He can pass the ball, shoot the ball, finish at the rim both hands. I don't know if he was all conference in high school for quarterback in football. And then he also played 4 years basketball as well. So Jeremiah Mitchell is definitely a problem on the court. I will say that Daryl Harris is also an amazing rebounder. That's a guy that can pretty much help a team win because he has no real ego. So I think that those 2 additions, and hopefully, I mean, if I go there, that's Friday, and there's no real issue with my foot, I may be able to play. I really want to get these guys some run to see what they can do, but with Chad White looking to get his win, if Chris does show up, he may not, but at the current moment, I don't think he is. I think that we can beat this team, and then we're desperate to beat this team as well. They beat us twice in a row last year to end the season. Had one of my best games of last season against the Bulls, and then we played them in the playoffs and lost. We played them both games and lost. So we got to get over this hump for the Bulls, and I think this is the game to do it. if anything, when we have a full team, we have substitutions, we can get people fully rested. We're not tired and beat up. So that's just my assumption on why we'll win. The Bulls is a great team, though. They can beat anybody. Like I said, with that size, with Seth, when Seth didn't play, they had a lot more space to work to get to the lane. Herb Alford, like I said, is an X factor from now on because of what he's able to do. We'll see. Next game, we have the Thunder Warriors. Who you guys got winning and why? I'll go first. I got Warriors, Tone Marshall. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'd pick the Golden State as well. Should be a good game for them again to just figure out how they're gonna work with Tone. Like I said, I see a dynamic sort of like Chris Paul and Devin Booker with those two in the backcourt, and then the rest of them figuring out how they're going to facilitate the rest of the people on the team. But it should be just a fun team to watch. To be honest with you, they should put up. I'd say they put up 90 to 100 points.
First game?
I mean, see, it's not so athletic ability. Thunder are there, but b-ball IQ and just Tone's just a floor general. You know what I mean? I think within the first game he'll get them. They'll get so many shots up. I think they can score almost 90 points. I'd say. It's gonna be a high scoring game for them. And OKC, just the way they played defense. Like last game was so bad. I see. That's what I see.
I told you that last game was totally political. I don't think they took it seriously at all. I don't think they did. I don't think you can judge them off that last game. Mosley literally did not play specifically to let the younger guys play. He wasn't hurt. He wasn't anything. He wanted to let the other guys play and have their fun and have their quote unquote revenge. So that game was totally political. It had nothing to do with them wanting to win and dominate. Otis Houston took 19 shots. I think so. Like not that. No, they were good shots. Like I don't even want to say it was 19. I think it was 17. I think he was one shot under 50% or something like that. Yeah. I don't want to lie, but
when you score, you can't argue whether it's good.
Yeah, he was scoring. Like you can't say too much of anything. Like can't say too much at all. But like he was getting busy. So who you got, Mr. People, and why?
Got the Warriors winning. I mean, it's not too much really to say. Like you said, Tone Marshall.
Yeah, that's the difference maker. On the Rockets, he was single-handedly beating teams, averaging 30.3 a game. He eliminated.
It's tough. It's good. Golden State basically got what they needed that they didn't have last year because during that game, the Suns both on Houston. When the Suns played the Houston and they played against Golden State, they had the same defensive strategy. They just played a box and one. And they let Otis shoot and he missed, and they let I think it was Alex be open and he didn't even try to shoot. And so they added Kwani and to me Tone. So it's going to be tough for them to get beat this year. Not going to be able to just trap Mosley and keep the face guard him the whole game.
I agree. All right, next game we have the Spurs Magic. Who you guys got winning and why? I'll start first. I got the Spurs winning this game, and I think that they're just gonna make the Magic move their feet. I think you make the Magic move on defense and make them work, and they have the opportunity to get second chance opportunities. And I don't think anybody on the team can guard Micah Bradford. If Micah doesn't settle for jump shots and he decides to get to the basket or at least work, I haven't seen them work the pick and roll with him and Trey. Like I don't know why that isn't a thing really. I don't know why they haven't done that. Trey is so athletic. He can finish above the rim. Micah has such a great handle on the ball. I think they will do it now that they have Gerald Duckworth. He's a great pick and roll guard, great passer. Hesitation is amazing out of this world. Like great hezzy. I played against him over the summer myself. I had a chance to guard him. Makes really tough shots. Those two guys are gonna have a field day. Whether they win or lose, they're gonna have a field day regardless. But I got the Spurs winning and kind of dominating this game. Court, Mr. Peoples, who you got?
Spurs, of course, not because they're playing the Magic, but because I mean they're looking to bounce back, and they will. Getting Gerald Duckworth, they're just gonna play the game the way it needs to be played and just come out with the victory. The Magic just won't have enough to score nearly as much as the Spurs can to even contend to win the game. So, yeah. Spurs.
All right, who you got, Coach Josh?
Yeah, going with the Spurs, of course. I gotta go with so Chris Green, Ben Green, and Graham. We're all Trinity alumni, so I'm always gonna support them. And Chris Green, Micah Bradford, Gerald Duckworth, they all were in our Example Sports AAU, so of course I'm gonna go with them. They already got, history, so I think we'll see some really cool highlights and plays this game.
This is crazy. I feel so old when people tell me how old they are and they're in this league. Sheesh. Sheesh. I don't even want to tell nobody my age anymore. All right. We'll go to the next game. Lakers Nets. This is the game of the week, I believe, guys. Both teams 3-0. One team will no longer be undefeated. There will be one undefeated team after week 4. Which one will it be? Will it be the Lakers or the Nets? I'm going to start with you, Coach Josh. Who you got?
I like players on both the teams. I'm going to go with the Nets because they have than the Lakers, and I think that the Lakers are just one-dimensional right now, and they play good defense too. But I just think as a unit that the Nets play better team defense.
I agree. I agree with the team defense part. Who you got, Mr. Peoples, and why?
The Nets, because they're gonna control the game. They're gonna play defense, and they're gonna stick to their identity of who they are. So I mean, I feel like the Nets will win with a no-brainer. Yeah. Nets.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see when you look at it from a player standpoint because it looks like the Lakers have the best players, but they haven't played together as much. So, yeah.
Everything in me is saying that. Everything in me is leading toward the Nets. I think the Lakers should have dominated more games than they should have. I still think that game against was it the Thunder? It wasn't the Thunder. It was another team they played. Was it I forgot what team they played where we said they should have won by 20 or 30. They had 5. The Heat. The game against the Heat. I still think even if that was only a 10-point game, I think that they should have scored more than 75 points. I think they should have. I don't think that they have that domination mentality. Like, I think that they get up, they get comfortable, and they want to have fun. And I understand that this is, supposed to be about fun. But, like, when you want to win a championship, domination should be the number one thing. Like, the Celtics dominated one of their games. Like, they had a blowout win this season. And I think it was the Thunder, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. And then the Lakers played the Thunder and only lost by 10 points. So what does that say about the mentality of the Celtics versus the Lakers?
Right. And the Nets blew them out by 30.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, I think that the Celtics and the Nets have proven to both have dominant mentalities, which is why the game that they played was so close. Like I said, Dennis Coger shot 3 for 13 in that game against you guys and still took they still trusted him with that last shot They moved out the way for a guy that was 3 for 12. That guy was 2 for 12 at that point.
Yeah,
He was
he
2
stayed
for
confident.
12 at that point, and they gave him. That's a dominant mentality. Like, I like.
Yeah.
Nobody. I don't think the Lakers have that mentality. I think there's a couple players on the Lakers that have it. I think Dre Jr. wants to dominate. I think that I think Mark Connor wants to dominate. I think Terrell Hendricks is having fun out there. He goes for all the highlights. He goes for all the tip dunks. He goes for all the for all of that stuff. I think players like Devontae Barnes wants to dominate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just a certain mentality that certain players on the team, just don't necessarily have to me. Tone Brooks wants to dominate. Like, but you got to get all on one page to do that. And I don't think that the Lakers are on one page enough to do that. The Nets and the Celtics are teams that have experience playing together. And they just need to have that dominant mentality. So I'm going to go with the Nets because I haven't seen the Lakers be down by much yet this season. And I feel like if the Nets get the Lakers down 10 or 12 points, I don't know. The only team I think the only team that gave the Lakers a real run was the Grizzlies, and then they came back and won. We could say for whatever reason, but that was the only team. I got the Nets winning this game only because of the mentality.
Was Chris there?
Chris was not there. Chris was not there.
Right. Okay.
Chris was not there. We're going to go to the next game and the final game of the day, the Bucks versus the Heat. I like this matchup. I love this matchup. Personally, like watching both of these teams, I love this matchup. Who would have thought the Bucks would be 2-1 right now? Anybody?
Me.
You thought the Bucks had I think they should be 3-0. I think they could have beat the Nets. I think they could have beat the Nets that game. And the Nets, like I said, the Nets still have a dominant mentality, but they've been down in every game they played and came back and won. Like, that's still a mentality of like fighting and clawing and giving it what you got, even in the midst of adversity. Like, but let's go Bucks Heat. I'm gonna go last on this one. We're gonna go with you, Coach Josh, first. Who you got winning this game?
Yeah, so definitely, I like what the Heat are doing. Trey Anthony's been consistent. I think Sean Ort is going to have a big game. He's always got the rebounds, but I think he's got to at least get 10 or 12 points a game. Same with Shaquille Adams. He needs to be at least 50% from shooting. And then really it's just going to come – Jamal Sutherland's doing really good too. But I think Mosby's got to be sort of that guy that puts fear in their eyes. And we just don't know if he's going to be there. So – with the hand injury and everything. So I'm picking the Bucks because I just have liked them from very first game. Like you said, when they play the Nets, they just showed that they're hoopers, man. Every single person on that team is a hooper. And what I mean by hooper is they're not specialty guys. They do it all. What does the team need? That's what we do. You need to shoot, I shoot. You need to stop, I get a stop. You need a rebound. Every single one of those guys, I feel like just steps up and is just sort of a lunch pail, hard hat guy, just gets dirt, not afraid to get dirty or say, I don't do that. You know what I mean? And that's sort of unpredictable. And I think that's why they're a tough team to beat. But Caleb Johnson is feeling it. And Q's going always, they've all both been having consistent games. So I think we'll see Brian Hernandez if he's there. And it's going to definitely be the Bucks for me.
Mr. Peebles, who you got and why?
Listen, it's an open flame that's about to happen on Sunday. See, I had to Heat Sunday because I thought Kamari and Miko was going to be able to play, and I feel like they would have made a big difference than the outcome of that game. I guarantee if they would have played Tyree Mosley when they've been on that bench, I'll tell you that. I am picking because it's always sunny in Miami. So I'm going to go with the Heat because people was about to have a rude awakening of people that they don't know. And Miko Sullivan going for 25 on Sunday.
Whoa.
Okay, that's bold. That's bold.
Yeah,
You
I guess I don't
fun
know
fact,
these
guys.
people.
Fun fact for everybody that tunes into this podcast about Mr. Peoples. He's picked the Heat for every single prediction thus far for all 4 weeks, guys. No matter who
Mm-hmm.
shows up, we know who his favorite team is.
No, actually, they're not even my team to win.
I didn't say that was your team to win. I said favorite. You can have a favorite team
Oh,
and they're not winning. Hey, Portland
actually,
Trailblazers is my favorite team, but are they winning?
actually, my favorite team, honestly, and I'm being totally honest, my favorite team is the Celtics because I like Rashawn and everybody. But just because they're my favorite team doesn't mean because I'm a coach at heart. I play the game and everything. I just know who Miko Sullivan is, and a lot of people know who he is as well from this area, playing at St. Anne and everything. And he's the brother of Jarman Sullivan. So, and then Kamari Pickens, 6'7". Oh, definitely. Sean Order's definitely gonna have help down there on Sunday to rebound against Chris and against Quan. So, yeah. Stay tuned.
It should be a good game.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great game. It could possibly be a game of the week, like type vibes. Just they don't have the names for both teams to kind of get it, but I think the way these styles clash will be great. I'm gonna go Bucks this game, and I think Quan Shaw is gonna be the X factor and why. I think that his presence inside is gonna get those big guys in foul trouble because he gets to the free throw line every game. Sean Ort has a hard time not fouling. And I'm not sure about Kamari Pickens. I haven't seen him play. So I'm probably speaking out of ignorance because I'm not sure about how his game goes. I played against Miko Sullivan and Jallman in an open run, and Miko has a flamethrower. A flamethrower.
He's going for 25. I'm telling you.
He has a flamethrower, guys. The guy doesn't miss. The guy, and he's a big dude too, and he plays defense. So like, I
he's
think,
going for 25.
Yeah, I think Miko is especially with Jallman, that being Jallman's brother. I think Jallman is going to look to pass the ball more. He's going to look up more. He's not going to stuck his head and go downhill as much. Because that's a flaw in Jallman's game sometimes. Like early in the last game, he kept going straight downhill without making a pass. And I mentioned it on the broadcast. Like he's going to need his team later in this game. He can't just start the game off going directly downhill. You got to get your people involved. But with Miko being there, I believe he got a flamethrower in there, and Trey Anthony's been shooting well too. So we're gonna have to see. But I got the Bucks winning because I think Quan Shaw is gonna put a lot of pressure on them. He's gonna slow the game down. He's not gonna allow them to get on so many fast breaks. Kamari Pickens is the other guy that I need to see play too because he has a lot of size. And Alex Malinich, I don't know what to expect from him right now. He doesn't look like he's in the very best shape. But I would like to see him make an impact on this game offensively without kind of clogging the lane for him. Caleb Johnson is going to do what Caleb does, play very smart, shoot the ball at a high clip. I think that I got the Bucks edging them just by a little, not by a lot, but just edging them slightly.
Awesome.
And that's all I got.
All right.
And that concludes.
That's a wrap.
Our predictions for week 4/week 1. Thank you, Coach Josh, for joining us this week. Next week, we will have Jerry Chills Wills, the godfather of Kankakee basketball, joining us for next week's podcast. Thank you, Mr. Peoples, for always being here, joining us for the podcast, my fellow co-host. And we will see you guys next week. Take it easy.
All right. Hope you feel better, buddy.
Mm-hmm.